Hey, I'm still waiting for my guest. I don't even know if anybody heard me because the last time there's people couldn't hear me, so I'm still waiting for my guest. Yeah, had to do some errands. Yep, yeah. Still waiting for my guest. I don't even really know what to talk about really today. I, I went to the clinic with my father, and you know he had to do some exercises and all this stuff. So you know. Yeah, George. I'm waiting for her, man. Appreciate that. I don't know if she's here. I'm waiting. She was all right. I got you. I'm still waiting for her. I don't know. I told her I was going to do 6:30. We was going to do 6 o'clock, but I got stuck in traffic, and I had to come home and do some errands. I don't live by myself. Had to because we was going to do it at 12 o'clock, and we ain't do it. So yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, George. I like that video you did with the you did something with the Stephen A. Smith. Yeah. Anybody that's here, watch the Stephen A. Smith. I'm just waiting for this guest. I don't know if she ain't show up yet, so I'm gonna check. She's trying to. I don't know. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I liked it. I liked that you was roasting them. I was, yeah, that was funny. I'm not gonna lie, it's funny. Yeah, a lot of people don't like Stephen A. Smith for some reason. I don't know, but it was funny. I was watching the Dave Chappelle monologue. That was funny. The Dave Chappelle monologue was really funny. He said a lot in 15 minutes. I was thinking that. Like a lot of people like talking about it. So have to wait because my guess I don't know. I don't know if she gonna want to do it because seem like all right. Yeah, I'm gonna check. text me. I don't know. She texted me. She was like, okay. And then, I just kind of, it took me time to just drop the thing. I don't know, man. It's not easy doing this. My thoughts on the Olympia. Who? It seems like she's here. All right, George. George is like my Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, I'm waiting. So I get a little anxious sometimes at times. So hopefully she don't have a problem getting in. But what's my thought on the Olympia? Um, I really, I have no idea. I I really don't know. I really don't know. I don't watch it like that. I probably need to like start looking at the other bodybuilders and all that stuff, the bodybuilding channel and DD on the spot. Cause I just be like looking at these like interviews and people be talking and stuff, discussing it, and sometimes it's not like all in my work like that. So, hey, what's up? Waiting for my guest. She drops in. How you doing? I appreciate people coming in. I'm just waiting for my guest because, you know, it's taking her some time to, really, I just like look. Okay, she's here. Hey, how you doing? You hear me?
Um, Not in my headphones here.
Okay.
I thought you were saying this was going to be over the phone. So let's see here.
Well, I was on the phone. I'm on the phone right now.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm on the phone right now.
Okay, I don't know what that means. I have you on camera, but you're not connecting to my headphones. So, but
Oh,
when you said I
um,
thought you meant it was just a phone call. I didn't know you meant it was video. So I don't know
it's a
why.
bit.
I
I'm
just want.
sorry. I wasn't clear on that. I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. I'm just going to see if I can get my headphones to connect so I can hear you without having to hold it to my ear.
All right, no problem.
Or you know what? Let me just see. Let me put you on speaker. Let me see if I have that.
All right.
Jesus.
Take your time.
I don't know.
Take.
I'm sorry. I can't hear you. One sec. One sec.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Back to the screen. I don't know why you're not connecting to my headphones. My headphones are connected.
Oh, you hear me?
Well, I can hear you, but I don't know how to put you on speaker this way.
Oh.
And
Okay.
so I have to hold. I'm gonna have to. I can barely hear you. I'd have to hold the phone to my ear,
All
and
right.
you're not. Then you won't see me on the video.
All right. Check this out. I'm gonna put my headphones on. Okay.
Okay, but what I'm saying is my headphones aren't connecting to this program on my phone,
Okay.
so I won't be able to hear you through my headphones.
Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? I don't
What?
know. Can you hear me?
I can only hear you when I put my phone to my ear. I don't know why my headphones aren't connecting to your program, so I'm trying to figure that out real quick. Hold on one
All right.
second.
Okay.
Go ahead and try saying something.
Hey, how you doing?
Wow.
Was that okay? I think it's just the screen. She's not moving. Rita? Oh, oh. Yeah, she's having a little difficulties. You gotta be patient. I gotta be patient. So, okay. Can you hear me? Hello? Oh.
Go ahead and say something.
Hey, how you doing?
No, I still don't hear you. I heard
How
some.
you doing? Oh. George says to tell her to come and to go out and come back in. Yeah, she's having some difficulties. So yeah, yeah. I was just coming from my father, to the clinic with my father. So I wanted to do this at 12 o'clock, but it ain't. Okay, I'm gonna see. You fine? George says to tell you to go out and come back if you have more difficulties.
I
George
just did that.
says all of. Oh, okay, but I hear you though.
I can only hear you
Now I
when I
can.
put the phone to my ear, and then, huh?
Okay. No, I
Okay,
just
I
said
got you on
okay.
speakerphone now. All right, I got you on
All
speaker.
right. Oh, jeez. I gotta be patient. I thought she had it, but it seemed like she ain't had it. So okay, try this.
So go ahead.
All right. How is everybody doing? This is Clyde Wanderer, aka Clyde. Don't go against nature. I'm here with a special guest. Her name is Rita West, and she's calling from upstate New York. How you doing, Rita?
Very, very good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm sorry about earlier. I had to take my father to the clinic,
Oh, that's fine.
and
That's fine.
And yeah. So how's upstate doing?
We have a winter storm warning today, so it's
Oh,
snowing.
okay.
Where are
Okay.
you located? Florida, you said, right?
I'm no New York City.
Oh, you're
Not
in New
far
York
from you.
City. Oh, okay. Yeah, not
Yeah.
too far.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
really
You
don't
ever
get a whole
been?
lot of snow, though, do you?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
I said you guys really don't get a whole lot of snow down there, though, do you?
No, not really. I mean, the last if we do, it be like I think the last winter we got like two. There was two times we had snow.
Mm,
I don't remember, but it really don't. It don't really snow that much. It just
mm.
we just have them bipolar weathers. I don't know if
Yeah,
you ever stopped to. I don't know if you ever stopped by to NYC before, but we have
I've been
those bipolar weathers.
I've been down there just briefly. I haven't really done much of anything down there now.
Oh, so you always been upstate?
Um, since I was young, yeah. My
Oh,
father
okay.
was military, so I moved around a lot, but I've been here since I was young.
Oh, okay. All right. So how you started bodybuilding?
Actually, I've only been bodybuilding for about 4 years. I was a power lifter for 14 years, and
Oh,
um,
okay.
and so when I got towards the end of my powerlifting career, I just decided to try bodybuilding, and so I could say I did that too.
Oh, okay. So you never like in the Olympia or in the IFBB Pro or nothing like that. Got your pro card or anything like that?
Yeah, I got my pro card. I got my pro card in my second show.
Oh, okay. What place you was in when you
Um,
competed and stuff?
it was at the North Americans.
Okay. What's your plans for like if you compete for next year in
I
bodybuilding?
am. I'm finishing up. I wanted to kind of like put some size on over the winter, and so I'm gonna keep going with that through January, and then in February I'm gonna start prep for the New York Pro.
Okay. All right. I noticed that powerlifting, like you do like these excessive like heavy weights and deadlifts and stuff like that. Like what drives you to do that? Like what gives you the motivation to do that?
I just always wanted to lift a lot of weight. I always wanted to lift more. I just wanted to lift like insane big numbers of weight.
Well, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot because I was watching like a series. It's
Uh-huh.
about like this guy. He was like do like these excessive. He was like really like doing excessive like lifting, and he was really like addicted to it to a point where like he had to go see the doctor. The doctor had to tell him that he couldn't do like these excessive lifting because it can cause like pain. Do you worry about that?
Well, I mean, I have had my injuries because of powerlifting, yes, but I think that anybody that is number one in the world at anything, probably would be considered obsessed at whatever it is they do. I mean, you
No.
know, nobody's the best in the world at something without having to sacrifice some stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you do any sports or anything like that besides powerlifting or bodybuilding?
No, not
No.
now. When I was a kid, I guess I ran track for a little bit, but I mean, it wasn't anything serious. I've never really done sports, no.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
actually, I
I
used
did.
to, huh?
Nah. Nah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Um, I only started weightlifting because I used to get in a lot of trouble when I was younger. And
Right.
I was in a facility for a while and they had a weight room. And that's why I even started lifting in the first place.
Oh, so
And
you
I just
was like
liked it.
a bad girl. Oh, so you like a
Well,
bad girl.
I got in trouble, but
Yeah, I got in trouble too. So, when I was younger, I did when I was like, I would say like 16, I was a little bit of weights, but I would do like push-ups and stuff like that. And
mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, I
George
actually did. we had a weightlifting room in the place that I was at. I was at Tryon for almost a year, and um, we had a weight room there, but I could only use that during rec. I used to do that kind of stuff, the push-ups and the sit-ups and the pull-ups. I used to do that in my room at night because we got locked into our rooms, and that's what I would do. And then,
Oh, okay. Hold on for a second.
yep.
What do you think about the scandals that's going on in bodybuilding?
It sounds like a hot mess, is what I think. you know,
Uh,
it's really unfortunate. I think that women's bodybuilding is having a hard enough time right now, and I know this affects more than just women's bodybuilding. I'm sure that some of these women that are coming forward are probably not all bodybuilders. They're probably in all the divisions, but women's bodybuilding was having a hard enough time, and now with this coming along, it just seems to be rocking the boat even harder. And so I hope, I don't know. I'm actually myself, I'm kind of like very nervous for the future of bodybuilding, of women's bodybuilding. I mean, I
right.
can't imagine it's going to end, but it's not doing well right now. And it makes me nervous.
Yeah.
I think that,
For some, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
well, I was just going to say, I think that it's very possible that some other things might start popping up, outside of like the traditional bodybuilding. I think you might find that, I mean, women are already being kind of criticized for how big they're getting. So
Right.
I wonder if it might not be the case that it starts popping up, that something else, that when someone is going to start something that gives big women a place to go where they can be as big as they want, and I don't know, maybe not the traditional poses or whatever, I don't know, but something different, because I mean, they're all being pushed out right now anyway, so.
Okay. I heard they might postpone the Olympia.
What, this year?
Um, I heard. I heard. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, I haven't heard that. Why would they
Oh,
postpone it?
I'm so. I heard it from a little birdie. So,
um Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it. Now, I know that I'm working a booth there, but I don't own the booth,
right.
so I wouldn't be the person that heard about it. But it just seems kind of strange. I mean, they've got a lot of Olympians right now on track to be ready in a couple of weeks. That would be, I think, I don't think that would be a very smart thing for them to postpone it unless they really, really had to. So that seems weird.
Oh, okay. I just heard, from different sources and stuff like
Sure,
that.
yeah.
So,
I'm not really
yeah.
immersed very deeply in the world, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. Kind of bodybuilding. It's kind of when I look at it, it kind of reminds me of NBA a little bit for some reason without the basketball.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because
Why?
but I don't know for some reason. I guess I guess because it's superstars in each individual. If you know
Mm.
what I mean, like I started looking at it like that, like in the '90s with Linda Murray, Corey Everson. Linda Murray was like the Michael Jordan. Corey
Mhm.
Everson was maybe like the Larry Bird or the John Stockton. And but it seemed like it seemed like it had its struggle, but it seemed like it was going somewhere, but then it kind of it it has its struggles, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Yeah, when the Olympia brought back women's bodybuilding, I was really hopeful for it. It seemed to be gaining some traction and momentum, but then I know that this past year, it seems like a lot of the pro shows um, were a lot smaller than they usually are. And then with the Arnold, I mean, he's not putting body, and then he just like keeps taking out more and more of the women's pro sport division. So I don't know. It seems really weird.
no. Yeah, I heard Arnold Schwarzenegger is he's like an a-hole.
Yeah, I won't support him. I'll never go again.
Yeah, yeah. So do you watch the Winter Strength at all?
I didn't get to see the show, but I do keep an eye on them. Yes, I didn't get to see it this year. I was traveling, but I kind of like looked at things online afterwards.
Yeah, I see like some of it like through Instagram, like
Mm-hmm.
I've, some of the names like Andrea Shaw, she's
Yeah.
like the LeBron James of it, and
Uh,
other people they was in. I just me like with bodybuilding, I just like looking at the women with muscles.
yeah.
I had like I could say like I had like a fetish. I look at it a little bit of a fetish more than a sport. No
Mm-hmm.
disrespect. I'm not trying to when I was 16, I would look at the female magazines and read about them a little bit, and so I saw you on social media with the photo session with Alicia Young
Yeah.
and Kim Tuck. How was that for you? Like,
Fun. So, like, which one are you talking about? The Halloween one or the one in Vegas?
I think the one in Vegas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was actually, let's see, that was the first time I actually met her in person. I had been talking to her online. And so that was the first time I met her in person. And that was really interesting because, to be very honest, I'm not a girly girl. And it was the first time that I'd ever really dressed up, and she had like a wig there that looked really cute on me, and those aren't things that I usually do for myself, so it was really fun. I got to experience some girly stuff and that I don't usually do, and I actually had fun with it, and they were all great people. I wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't know if they'd be like more worried about their makeup than talking, than intelligent conversation, but they were all really smart women and good at business, and I really had a lot of fun.
Okay. So, do you do what about your business, like your gym? Like how that started for you?
So I had trained at this one gym for 12 years throughout my powerlifting career, and it was going under, it was going out of business, and so I had bought it because I wanted it to stay in the family. But I had a boyfriend at the time who was he and I were partners in the business, and eventually our relationship ended, and then a couple years after that things just got kind of nasty, and so there was a couple of really big fights over the gym, so eventually I moved out and I sold him my half of that gym. But when I left, I was the one who created the lifting culture in the gym. And so when I left, there was a lot of members that left also, and they asked me to stay in the area and open another gym. And so that's how I wound up here. I opened up this one
Okay.
all by myself.
Okay. How you get the name Boss Bitch? Like,
I did that myself, but the reason being is because when I train women to lift,
right. Yeah.
women tend to be very dainty, like not the serious women, but like women when they're first starting to lift. They tend to be very dainty in the things that they do, and they picked up everything all nice and politely. And so I used to yell at them. I say, "Be boss, pick that shit up. Come on, let's go." And I used to always say, "Be boss." And then over time, as I started to become a little more well known in the powerlifting world, I had a lot of people that I don't know, they kind of show their true colors, whatever. And people started thinking I was cocky, but that was because whatever. And so I came up with boss bitch, just kind of like to be in people's, in the face of people who doubted me, I suppose I would say. I was boss of my own shit, and if you want to call me a bitch, you can. I'll be a bitch. But I'm a nice bitch though.
Yeah. How do you you train the guys and the girls?
Yeah. Yep.
Or
Yeah, I actually have a
which
lot of people that come. Hmm?
now, which you prefer better? Like, is a you do you have a preference?
I do not know. I mean, of course, the
Oh,
guys go stronger usually, and that's cool. But I love training women to be tough individuals, because powerlifting is not about lifting easy. It's about going to extremes and lifting as much as you possibly can and learning how to put more and more weight on your body. And not on your body, like your body weight, but I'm saying on like on your back or your whatever. And I like taking a woman who's unsure of herself, and when she gets confident about moving heavy weight, she tends to get confident about everything in her life, and I think that's really cool.
Mm. So it's basically you kind of mold them a bit, like if
Yeah,
I could
sure.
say that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm seeing it. What's the heaviest weight you lift? Like what?
Well, let's see. I used to lift both raw and equipped, and equipped is when you use like a bench shirt or a squat suit. So my best raw lifts were a 535 squat, a 265 bench, and a 450 deadlift, and that's around 148 body weight. But my best equipped lifts were a 705-pound squat, a 455 bench, and a 525 deadlift.
Okay, okay. Well, you got some. I see some comments. If I could read it.
Yeah, sure.
This go Caleb Hall. I have the hots for female bodybuilders. Monkey
Okay.
parts. I could see more of her on the stream. Monkey
Uh,
parts. Her quads are out of this world. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen your quads. It's just like really huge.
yeah.
Like you look like you could squash a watermelon.
Yeah.
You ever did that type of stuff, or
No,
just for?
I guess I've done an apple once, but I had to let it sit on the counter for a couple days first. I've never tried anything else.
Oh, you never did the bicep thing with the fruit and all.
No, I
I
haven't
always
tried
see
yet.
that with bodybuilders. I
I'll
see
do I
her name. Now go ahead.
Who?
No, I seen Courtney. I forgot her name. Courtney. Well, she squashes like the watermelons, and I think
Uh-huh.
she's like a powerlifter and she's like a wrestler.
Ah.
And yeah,
Yeah, I'll
I
have to try
forgot
it
her name.
sometime.
Yeah, there's a lot of women that I noticed that they're like a lot of women that do bodybuilding and powerlifting. They're on Instagram a lot. So
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
Courtney Olsen, her
Oh,
name
I know that
Courtney
name.
Olsen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Courtney Olsen. Yeah, yeah. I've been trying to see if I can interview her and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
so where do you see bodybuilding or powerlifting? Like you because powerlifting is not really like a sport like you see. Well, I don't see it on TV like that. So
No, you don't really
um
see it on TV, but it is extremely popular. I think that it doesn't do good on TV because it's just it's a long day and it would be boring to watch that way. But
no,
but there's a lot of power lifters.
no, okay. There would be like a lot of like spectators and stuff like that.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, okay.
I always estimate about two spectators per lifter. So if you have a meet with 40 people, you've got about 80, 100 spectators.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
I'm
Let
actually
me see
having a
what
I
question.
have a powerlifting meet here in 2 days actually.
Yeah, that's what the question I wanted to ask you about. How like the days coming. Like how was that going to be for you?
I'm sorry, what?
No, I mean, can you explain like how the event that you're gonna be
Oh,
doing?
yeah. So, I've got 32 lifters. And so they'll come in, and about 8:15 I do rules, which means I get everybody around and I just go over real quick the rules. This is because sometimes you'll have first time lifters or whatever, and it's good to remind people. So you just tell them basic rules of each of the lifts, and this is how the day is going to go. And then they'll go start warming up, and then I'll break it up into two or three groups of people, and then they go through, and each one of them gets one attempt, or each one gets three attempts. They do an attempt, and then it goes around again, and they do another one. So they get three attempts to get the highest number they can, and we move on to the next group. And then once we get through all the groups, we move on to the next event. So it starts with squat, and then there's bench, then there's deadlift. And I'll be running the head table and kind of running around, being the mayor, taking care of problems and making sure I've got enough spotters and judges, and making sure all the lifters have everything that they need.
Okay.
And then
So
I'll do
good
the
luck.
awards at the end.
Okay. All right. That's cool. You had surgery. How you feeling now?
I feel fine. I've had 3 surgeries on one shoulder and one on the other one. And bench, I think I hurt my shoulders in bench very early on, and so they've just been always been like a weaker part on me. So I don't bench anymore now. But I mean, they're as good as they can be. They need to be replaced, so I'll do that eventually. But I'm
Okay.
too young for that right yet.
You ever thought about retiring or, from powerlifting as you
Yeah,
get older?
I don't do powerlifting anymore. I just do the bodybuilding. And
Oh,
I do that because I can
okay.
kind of work around my injuries. I can kind of train differently and still hit the muscles. Whereas powerlifting, I have
Okay.
to do things a certain way, and that's just the way it has to be done. So yeah,
Oh,
I don't powerlift anymore.
okay. So how far with bodybuilding would you go? Would you
As far as I
like in the
can.
Olympia? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
if I could. And then, so this year I'm going to try and compete a couple times, and maybe I'll get enough points to qualify for the Olympia. But I'm older, so I'm kind of coming to bodybuilding a little later than most women, and I'm certainly not past my peak, but I'm up there, so there might be, and I have things from powerlifting, like I have a very wide waist from powerlifting that kind of hold me back a little bit. So I don't know if I'll ever make it to the Olympia, but I'll go as far as I can. But I'm also a size person. I want to be as big as I can possibly get, and I
Yeah.
don't think that that appeals much to the what do you call it, the judges nowadays. So
Right.
I think it really depends on the show, but it seems like that's not the favored look right now.
Right. What advice you would give to somebody that would want to do bodybuilding or powerlifting?
Oh my goodness. You know what? My biggest thing with people nowadays is everybody just, all anybody can talk about is getting their pro card. They want their pro card. They want their pro card. They do this show, then this show so they can get their pro card, even if they've only been lifting for a year. I really wish people would commit to making it a lifestyle, and um this isn't going to happen tomorrow, and if it doesn't happen tomorrow you get upset and just quit. That's not the way it's supposed to work. You're supposed to put time
Right.
into it. You're supposed to get better with each show. You're supposed to, and I realize that sometimes that can be hard in bodybuilding because you don't know what one judge is looking for in another, but that doesn't mean you go jump on every drug you can just to try and get your pro card the first time out. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it's supposed to
Right.
work. And if that's all you want, then you don't even respect the sport. I think it's very disrespectful, in my
Right.
opinion.
Right.
Because
I
there's people
noticed
that have
like
worked their
this.
lives to be at the top. You should never
Right.
believe you should just be able to grab it right from the start.
Right. There's like bodybuilders. Jody Lay. I know she was a bodybuilder and she was telling her story, and she just kind of excluded herself from it because she was like being she couldn't have from what I got out of it. She just felt that she got tired of bodybuilding because of the criticism,
Mm.
and how do
I
you
can
how do you
see.
feel,
I can
how do
see
you
how
feel
some
about
women.
that?
I was
Yeah.
going to say, I could see how some women might get discouraged by that kind of stuff. I've always been the type of person that I really don't care what other people think about what I do or what I look like.
Right.
I mean, as far as the judges and stuff, I do listen to what, they say I need to work on, and I try and work on it. But if, but there's also an element of what I want for myself, and that's my main goal. And within that, I try to do what, let's say the judges or whatever want to see. And as far as other people and how they see me, like whether they think I look too manly or they think I look too muscular or whatever, I don't give a rat's ass. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. I can understand how it could wear on somebody, and that's just a personal choice you got to make, I guess. You either do it until you get tired of it or don't.
Yeah.
But not for me. It's not a problem to me. I'll just come and do it. I bodybuild right now, even though I've been told I might be too big. Um, I keep doing it just because it's fun, and when I go out on stage, people respect what I look like, and so I like to go and show this. That's the my favorite part of bodybuilding is the prep to begin with. It's getting through the prep. That's a very mentally challenging thing, and that's what I enjoy the most. But then at the end, when I look like what I want to look like, I want to be able to go on stage and everybody can see what I did. And whether it puts me in a place, at the top or the bottom, I don't care.
Mm. So walk me with the prep, like how how's the processes? Like you stay away from certain foods, or the dieting and all that stuff. Like
Yeah, and it's very individual for people. I am learning for myself that there are definitely certain foods I can't even eat because they bloat me, right? But that's not true for everybody. I mean, certain things that bloat me may not bloat other people. But basically, you've got to stay. You take a time off season to put on as much
right.
muscle as you can, and you gotta kind of eat in an excess then, right? And so prep is about getting into a deficit so that you can get the fat off while trying to maintain as much of that muscle you put on as possible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
All
you
right.
gotta, and consistent. I think it's important to stay consistent on what you eat, and it'll be low in fat. The carbs need to be controlled because everyone's different. Some people need more carbs than others, but it needs to be controlled.
All right. It kind of pays off on you. I see
Mm-hmm.
your pictures. It's like you look amazing.
Thank you.
You're very
Thank you.
huge. And how many tats do you get? Like how many, like, I see a lot of tattoos. Like, do you is that a regular for you, like getting tattooed? Like, do you
Um,
worry about like being
Well, I mean, like I said, bodybuilding was never my thing, so I wasn't worried about it when I started getting my tattoos in the first place. Um,
right,
but since I've been competing, you know what? Some tattoos just don't cover as well as others, but mine seem to cover
right,
well. They don't hide my muscularity. They don't interrupt the lines of my muscles. So when I get tanned, I mean, you can see that I'm tattooed, but it doesn't seem to hinder what I look like, or hinder being able to see it. Some people do have tattoos that are kind of too busy and it kind of takes away from their muscles, so you got to be careful. But
okay,
I would suggest that if you truly want to be a good bodybuilder, that you should probably consider not getting tattooed until you're done with your bodybuilding career.
okay. You got another comment for Monkey Parts. Never too big, go bigger, Rita.
That's right. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Never big enough.
He also asks, "What are your current measurements?" I
Uh,
think he probably talked the
but
arms or something.
oh, so my arms, actually, I just measured those. My arms are 17 inches pumped. My legs, I haven't, the last time I measured my legs, they were 26 inches. They were asking about my forearms. I've been asked about my forearms because my forearms are really big. So I just finally measured those yesterday and they were 13 inches.
You ever arm wrestle somebody?
I
Like,
don't. I don't arm wrestle because I have really bad shoulders and it tends to hurt my shoulder.
oh,
But
oh,
I did arm wrestle someone in a bar one time a few years ago and I beat him and he was very embarrassed.
oh. How do you feel about implants?
Implants, what kind? What do you mean?
Like breast implants, or
Oh,
because you see a lot of bodybuilders with the breast implants and stuff
I'm
like
sure.
that.
I mean, and again, it depends. So I have implants, and sometimes I kind of wish I didn't because it kind of hides the chest muscle, But on the other hand, it kind of helps. I mean, because definitely when you build your muscle like this, it's a masculine look to the body. It really is. I mean, I still believe I look feminine, and I know I like the way I look. I'm not saying anything bad about it, but it is a more masculine look. And so getting the implants, because your boobs are fat, they're full of fat. And so when you get rid of all that, they go away. And so getting the implants just kind of helps keep that, feminine look to your whole body. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for stopping by. I'm ran out
Absolutely.
of questions.
Okay.
Um, yeah. You on Instagram? You can tell the folks where to see you, where to meet you at. You know, on Instagram, Facebook.
Well, so on Facebook, I mean, you can look me up and I'm public on Facebook. It's Rita West, and Rita is spelled Rheta. But I don't accept friend requests on Facebook from people I don't know. I kind of keep that to my local and family people. But on Instagram, I communicate with people a lot more on Instagram, and that's boss.bitch.x. I do have some other Instagram stuff, but that would be my athletic bodybuilding one. And same thing with Twitter. I have a Twitter, but it's not for bodybuilding. So it's
Okay.
for other things I do.
George, Ray's George Page, say hi.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave you alone, but thank you. I
Oh,
appreciate you for
thank
dropping
you.
by.
Hey, thank you for having
Cause
me on. I appreciate it.
no problem.
All right.
Again, sorry about this
Oh,
afternoon.
nah,
All
that's
right.
fine. No problem at all.
Best endeavors.
You have a good
All
night.
right. Thank you. All
Thank you
right.
so much.
No problem.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.